Hey guys, in this video I'm going to get redemption on my 73 Nova. Hopefully it's going to run faster than a 1401 like it did at Rocky Mountain Race Week. I'm hoping I can run some mid-13s or something like that, but who knows, it might run mid-15s. Let's go hit the track and figure out what it's going to run. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We went back to the Dragstrip. Now, if you remember watching my other video at Rocky Mountain Race Week, the best I got my 73 to run was a 1401. Now, I had a very good time at Rocky Mountain Race Week. I finished the whole week without breaking down, having any issues, which is a major win in and of itself. But I was pretty disappointed with how the car ran. Now, I knew it wouldn't run what at altitude up there, what it could run here, but I didn't know how good it was going to run at all because I did zero testing before I left for the trip. Now, I was hoping for high 12s, low 13s out of that car with that combination. I thought 12s were possible, but after running a 1401 best on race week, I no longer thought that 12s might be that easy or possible. So we went back to the track. Now, I left here a little late because I had to swap the wheels and tires from Frank and Nova onto that car because I wanted all four wheels and tires to match, unlike race week when I had my wheels on the front and the Vision wheels on the back. So that kind of bugged me a little bit, but you know, it was fine. Had a good time anyway. It didn't change anything other than the look of the car going down the track. So we went to the track, got there a little bit late. Staging lanes were packed. I had to wait until the track closed at 11. Staging lanes, I don't think I made my first pass till like 10:20, something like that. So, and we got in the staging lanes at 9:30 or 9:45. So we got there late and we sat in the staging lanes for a long time. Here we go. Racing a Mustang. Wasn't too bad. I don't think I got much over 100 miles an hour. I shifted too late on the 1-2 shift. Get back in line, see if I can run again. Thank you, dear. Let's see what it was. 1368 at 100 miles an hour. That's a lot better than before. Okay, so I ran a 1368 at 100 miles an hour. Now, if you'll notice, the 1-2 shift, I hit the rev limiter, which is 6,800. and I was going to shift at like 6,200. So that's a long ways off. And because I was looking at the car in the other lane that had just left like a rocket, when I was going up through the staging lanes, I did not notice the parachute on the back of the car. I didn't realize it had a turbo or any of that stuff. So I just wasn't paying attention to that part until I was already in the car and beside him, and I looked over and all I saw was a late model white Mustang. So yeah, so I was busy watching him completely disappear really fast and missed my first shift because I wasn't paying attention. And I don't have a shift light in that car. I have a tack in the dash. I can't see the one on my Holley Terminator screen. I can't see the tack on that one. It moves so fast. I can't. It's so small without my glasses on, and I don't want to wear my glasses with my helmet. Anyway, I shifted too high, and then I shifted the 2-3 shift. I shifted about right. It felt pretty good. I thought it had definitely run a 13. The bog wasn't there. So, you know, I get around, I see the 1368, and I was pretty happy. Now, if you also notice when I'm turning off the track, he's already getting out of the car to pack his chute up. So he was way ahead of me. But anyway, that's cool. Get down. Now, since they had waited so long to make us go around, I didn't even go back to the pit. I went straight back to the staging lanes, thinking that, yeah, I'm going to jump back in lane 3 again, and hopefully they'll get back around to my lanes. Well, when I got there, she waved me on down, and I made another pass less than 5 minutes after I made the other pass. So I got to make 2 back-to-back passes, kind of hot-lapped it, which is not great because, you know, I didn't let the car cool down any. Now, it wasn't overheating, but it definitely wasn't cool enough to take advantage of the temperature. Thank you, dear. Okay, so I ran a 1376, so a tenth, a little less than a tenth slower. Not bad. So I think I got to move my shift point up on that 1-2 shift. I'm gonna go see if they'll let me make another run or not. Okay, so that run was a 1376. Now my 60-foot time was most of it because on the first run it was 204 and on the second run it was 208, so that's my 400s right there. That would put me from 1368 to 1372. So that's most of my slowing down a little bit. Plus the heat probably didn't make as much power because a mile an hour was down from 100.5 to 90.1 or 99.1. So I lost a little more than a mile an hour, which is probably the heat in the motor. I'm guessing, not sure, but either way, there could have been, you know, my shift point might have been lower too. So I definitely shifted earlier on the second run than I did on the first run. So then, of course, wanting to make sure I can get a third run in, I wasn't sure I was going to try. I went back around, got back in the lane again. I was going to try the right lane, jumped in the staging lanes, had to wait about 15-20 minutes, but I did get to make another run. run. Oh, that was a much better run. If I had a dang heat stroke, but pretty good run. So let's go see what I ran. Thank you, babe. All right, let's see what we ran here. Let's see what we ran. 1381. Hell, I got slower. It sure felt better. Oh, crap. All right, let's put it up. Okay, so on that run, I ran a 1381, slowed down again. But this time, my 60-foot time was better than the second run. It was a 205 instead of a 204. So, might have been better. I probably could have moved my shift points around a little bit. And like I said, I don't have a shift light. I can barely see the tack. And honestly, those small in-dash tacks that are made by ShiftWorks, they're probably not real accurate at 5,500 RPM. They're probably not real accurate at all because they're so small and the scale is so tight that, you know, they're good for cruising around, but for racing, they're not accurate. So I'm gonna have to put another tack in the car. Now, 1368 was my best time. I think with some tuning and a few other things, not really changing any parts on the car, just tuning, I think I can probably get it into the 1320s. I think I can knock another 4/10 off. That's a giant amount of time, so I don't know if I can or not. But I think with a few things, I think I could get it in the low 13s. I'm not sure if I can get 12s out of it. I'm not going to do anything to the car right now because I'm trying to get Frank and Nova ready to run at Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0, which is not in the Rocky Mountains, but it's called Race Week 2.0 now, I think. So I'm going to try to get that car ready for that. But I am going to drive the car to the track a few times, see if I can get it to run. I'm going to put the slicks I've been running on that car are actually for Frank and Nova, so I'm leaving them on Frank and Nova. I'm going to buy a drag radial that's an inch shorter than the slicks that I had on the blue car, so that might help a tiny amount. And then tuning might knock 2 or 3 tenths off maybe. So I'm hoping maybe between all of that I can get the car into the low 12s, because right now mid to high 12s it's fine. It's my backup for Race Week 2.0, so we'll see what happens. But I had a good time at the track. That's basically no tuning. I'm going to play with it some. I might see how good I can get it, and then take it, put it on the chassis dyno, and then let my buddy, who's a professional tuner, let him tune it and see how much power he can get me, and then go to the track again and see what it makes. But I think the biggest problem I have with it is the camshaft, and that 114-degree lobe separation is killing me. Now it helps my idle vacuum, and it helps my vacuum, and it helps my idle quality a little bit. But I probably gave up a lot in low-end power because of that lobe separation. And I knew that was going to be a trade-off. I didn't know how bad it was going to be. So either way, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the car. Now the converter is still only stalling to like 2,100 RPM. And I'm guessing either all their converters are tight or I'm making no torque down low because of my camshaft selection. So what I may do in the future is go in and advance the cam, but if I've got to take everything apart to advance the cam, I'm just going to change the camshaft. Because you can advance it, that's not going to change your lobe separation, but it might kind of band-aid it. But like I said, when I get there, I'm pulling the motor out to change the cam, you know, I'm probably just going to change, or advance the cam, I'm probably just going to change the cam instead and go with a little bit more aggressive cam as far as tighter lobe separation and more lift, less duration, something like that. I'll figure something out on that. Well, listen, you guys stay tuned. I've got plenty of work coming up on this, Frank and Nova, and the blue car. We got race week coming up in less than a month. We'll see you guys next time.